All right, guys, welcome to this training on marketing, branding, and primarily we're going to talk about Facebook ads in this scenario. So, hi, my name is Zane. I am the owner of Blue Fox Cleaning, also the owner of Cleaning Grow Secrets, where we teach cleaning companies how to implement a lead to sales system inside of their business to ultimately help them grow on demand. So, I have a really cool, about 30-minute presentation for you guys that we're going to dive into right now. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you, and we're going to dive right in for this program. Perfect. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead and enter slideshow mode. So how to grow your cleaning business on demand. This is a pretty precarious question. And there's a lot of moving parts here, but really we're going to talk about marketing as a whole. So what are the expectations out of this kind of webinar, this training? We're going to learn about branding versus marketing. We're going to learn how to identify your target customer, how you can predictably grow your business with advertising, psychological based ads and selling, how to track your marketing KPIs like CPL, CAC, ATV, rebook rate, LTV, and what all those things mean. The anatomy of a Facebook ad and how to create one that converts. And then we have a few bonuses for you at the end that have really helped us inside of our business when it comes to actually converting more leads. So let's dive into it. Let's talk about branding versus marketing for a second. So branding is what your customers say about you, the sum of all your business. Brand determines how good your business is. It has nothing to do with colors, logo, etc. KPI of a strong brand, a lot of referral business plus positive reviews plus high LTV or high lifetime value of a customer. It just means customers are paying you lots of money over a long period of time. Marketing is to make known. Marketing's only job is to make your product or service known to the world. This can be via paid ads, online and offline, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, direct mail, etc. KPI of marketing, return on dollar spent or return on ad spend, ROAS. The stronger the brand, the less money you will have to spend on marketing. Your brand literally is your business. Brand is everything when it comes down to growing a sizable business. That's for sure. If you're a smaller business, you can get by without having such a strong brand. But as you grow and as you scale, especially past a 7-figure mark, you really need to work on your brand. So let's talk about branding for a second. Branding is literally your business. It's how you operate, the uniforms your team members wear, the way you answer the phones, and the way you take care of your customers. There's a reason A1 garage doors can sell doors at 3 to 4 times the price of their competitors. The proof's in the pudding. The brand and our reputation vouch for them. So very strong brand. Customers have high expectations, and A1 garage doors exceeds those expectations through and through. Exceeding high expectations is hard. It's very hard. And in the beginning, it's very unprofitable, typically. But on the other side of that hum, you get to charge way more money than your competitors. Let's take Molly Mates as an example. Regardless of our personal opinions, Molly Mates is a massive brand in people's minds. We believe that you can only become big by doing the right things for your customers. So the inherent expectation is that I'm going to be taken care of. It's not a price-driven decision. There's a lot of perceived trust and value before we even talk to them on the phone. That's why big brands win. That's why 5-star reviews actually matter on Google. Perceived trust out the gate is going to allow you to charge a lot more money for the same product, which is ultimately the goal here. So let's talk about marketing. I like to think about marketing as something completely different. Our goal with marketing is not to build a brand whatsoever. We rely on a good product to build our brand. Instead, marketing is more driven towards generating revenue. Marketing really comes down to a couple of things, and our primary goal is to present an offer to potential customers and hope that they make a purchase. I say hope because we really never know what's going to work. We really don't know. Marketers will tell you we have inklings, we have feelings, we look at data. Data helps us make these decisions. But overall, when we test something brand new, we are really kind of throwing something at a wall and seeing what sticks and reiterating to make it a little bit better. So let's go ahead and look at the metrics for marketing inside your company. So understanding these key metrics is ultimately drives the business. 100% on the marketing side, there's very few metrics that you need to know, and these are the ones. So ROAS means return on ad spend, cost per lead, the cost of acquiring a lead, show up rate, the percentage of answered phone calls, closing rate, the percentage of deals closed compared to the number of leads, LTV, lifetime value per customer, ATV, average ticket value, or average first-time appointment value, rebook rate, the percentage of customers who rebook with your service. These are all things that you need to know inside of your business on the marketing side. So let's talk about the sales process. So lead to sale. Having a lead to sales process is the most important thing you can have within your business, bar none, unless talking about good employees and a good service is the most important thing, but this would be second as far as marketing goes. But if you don't know how to market, you don't know how to sell, you really don't have a business at the end of the day. So when you receive a lead, it's crucial to track that lead through what we call a pipeline. A pipeline is an area where you can track all your leads in real time. We use pipelines to ensure that we follow up with the leads for which we've already paid. If we already paid for the lead, we might as well follow up with them. Once you understand the process, it becomes much easier to maintain a full cleaning schedule. It's very complicated in the beginning to try to perceive what I'm talking about. For me, it took a while to kind of grasp, but once I figured out how to track my leads to a pipeline, make sure I was calling up with the leads that I had already called the previous day and things like that, predictably growing became a lot easier because we started referring back to those closing rates and those booking percentages, et cetera, and allowed us to grow on demand. So let's talk about predictably growing our business. In order to consistently grow your business, you must know how to acquire customers regardless of the circumstances. We need to determine if investing $20 will generate a lead. And if I can successfully book 1 out of 3 leads, a conversion rate of 33%, then I would spend $60 to secure an appointment. This approach enables you to bring on team members in a predictable manner to facilitate scaling. If my average ticket value, ATV, is $400, then I know that by spending $60, I'm likely to receive approximately $400 in return, resulting in an instant ROAS or return on ad spend of 6.6. This means that for every dollar I spent, I receive $6 in return. This is very important to know inside of your business. This is what separates small businesses from big businesses, and you can be a little big business. And what we mean by a little big business is you're just a smaller business that operates like a big business, and inherently you're going to be a lot more profitable. We want to be a little big business because little big businesses make us a lot of money and there's a lot less stress there. So let's talk about LTV of your customer. LTV refers to how much the average customer will pay you over their lifetime. We typically measure this in 6 to 12 month increments. Firstly, let's note down the revenue from each customer type. For single service customers, non-monthly, they pay $400 once, so their LTV is $400. For monthly customers, they pay $400 once initially, then $400 monthly for another 6 months. Therefore, their LTV is the sum of these payments, which is $400 plus $400 times 6. That gives us $2,800. Next, let's compute the average LTV. Here's how we can do it. You have 3 customers in total. 2 are single service and 1 is monthly. The total revenue from all customers is 2 times 400 plus 2,800. That equals $3,600. The average LTV is calculated by dividing the total revenue by the total number of customers, which in this case is 3. Therefore, the average LTV would be $3,600 divided by 3, or $1,200. So based on the provided metrics, the average customer value, or LTV, is $1,200. It's not $3,600, it's $1,200. Now, if you want to track LTV on rebooked customers versus one-time customers, that's a different conversation you can have inside your business. But we recommend calculating it as all. You can track all of it, but the numbers that really matter are what we're on average getting out of each customer. This allows us to know how much we can spend to profitably acquire a customer based on our COGS, or cost of goods sold, etc. But that's for a different conversation, and we're not going to get into that right now. So LTV refers to how much the average customer will pay you over their lifetime. No, I already did that slide. My bad. Let's talk about cost per lead. So cost per lead, CPL, is a marketing metric that measures how cost effective your marketing campaigns are when it comes to generating new leads for your business. A lead is a potential customer who has shown interest in your product or service and is likely to make a purchase. The formula for calculating your CPL is cost per lead equals total marketing cost divided by number of leads generated. For example, let's say I spent $1,000 on a marketing campaign, and that campaign resulted in 50 people showing interest in your product or service, i.e. 50 leads. Then the CPL for that campaign would be 1,000 divided by 50, and that would give us 20. Cost per lead is going to matter a lot, and you're going to see a few slides from now why CPL does matter and you need to track it. So let's talk about cost to acquire a customer. So cost to acquire a customer is calculated by the total cost spent on acquiring customers divided by the number of customers acquired. For example, if a company spends $10,000 on marketing in a year and acquires 500 customers over the same period, then their CAC is 10,000 divided by 500. That gives us 20. We're going to calculate the CAC or cost to acquire a customer on every platform. So Facebook, Google, referral, outreach, things like that, because we want to know which one is most profitable for our business and which makes most sense. These things are all trackable. And that's the beauty of business, is once you figure out that, hey, we're much more profitable over here and we can pour gas on the fire, it makes your business grow a lot faster and it's a lot easier. And that's not the same for every business. Some businesses thrive on referrals, while other businesses like ours thrives on Facebook and Instagram ads. It really figures out what kind of location you're serving, your target demographic. If it's older people, and you're in a more retirement community, it would probably be a lot more word of mouth and referrals than Facebook ads per se. Then again, a lot of old people are on Facebook, so it might be a really good opportunity there as well. This means that on average, each new customer costs the company $20 to acquire. Companies often strive to decrease their CAC to enhance overall profitability. Lowering CAC can be achieved by improving the efficiency of marketing and sales efforts, or by identifying lower cost channels to attract new customers. We want to find lower cost channels. Again, there is a tug of war that kind of goes on here between cheaper customers or getting cheaper leads and acquiring customers more cheaply, and how long they'll stay with your LTV. But that's why you track all this stuff inside of a pipeline. So let's talk about booking rate. Booking rate, often also called conversion rate, refers to the percentage of leads that turn into actual bookings or purchases. It's a key performance indicator in many industries, particularly in hospitality, travel, and service-based sectors, i.e. cleaning. But it's generally applicable to wherever bookings or appointments are a key part of the business model. The formula to calculate booking rate is as follows. Booking rate percentage equals number of bookings divided by number of leads times 100. For example, if you have 100 leads, people have shown interest in your product or service, and 20 of them make a booking or a purchase, your booking rate would be 20 divided by 100 times 100 gives us 20%. On booking rate, again, what you can also track is answer rate. I'm not sure if I have a slide on here, but answer rate is how many of the leads actually answer, because there's just going to be a set percentage of leads from anywhere who you're just not going to be able to get a hold of. And we get into that a little bit later here on what those expectations are as far as Facebook goes. Let's talk about rebook rate. So if 1 out of every 3 customers rebooks, so this means that we service their home, and now we're talking about them rebooking our services for reoccurring services, or they want another clean 2 months out, whatever it may be. This is what we're talking about. If 1 out of 3 customers rebooks, that's a rebook rate of about 33%. Applied to 20 customers, we'd expect 20 times 3, or 20 times 33.33 divided by 100, and that gives us 6.67 customers rebook. Since we can't have a fractional customer, let's round it up to 7 customers. Now we can calculate the rebook rate as follows. Rebook rate percentage equals number of customers rebooked divided by total number of customers times 100. Therefore, your rebook rate would be 7 divided by 20 times 100, or 35%. So with these assumptions, if you have 20 customers, you'd expect a rebook rate of approximately 35%. This means that 35% of your customers have chosen to book your services again after their initial purchase. You want rebook rate to be as high as possible. The rebook rate is really the thing that matters inside of your business. That's actually that's the biggest lever that's going to grow your business and turning them into recurring customers, because you don't want to be on a sales cycle of having to constantly generate new leads and sell new customers. It's very exhausting and ultimately very unprofitable for your business. So getting your rebook rate way higher, if you focused on calling all of your leads after their initial appointment and doing anything you can to get them to rebook with you, that is a much better use of your time than having to generate new leads over and over again. Obviously, we want fresh leads coming into the pipeline, but getting your rebook rate a lot higher is one of the most important things you can do. So let's talk about your customer for a second. So defining your customer avatar, also known as identifying your target audience, is essential for effective marketing. This process becomes crucial because the market is vast, consisting of hundreds of millions of people, and our specific target is usually not the masses. Therefore, we need to create advertisements that resonate with a niche audience within a larger market. However, at this stage, we may not be certain about what will truly convert with a specific niche audience. We might have some initial ideas, but it's important to conduct some extensive research on the challenges and issues prevalent in the industry. This research will enable us to tailor our marketing efforts to address and solve those specific problems, aka called angles in marketing and copywriting, and ultimately increase our chances of success. So the reason that we want to find out what our customer is thinking or feeling is so we can target that or create that angle inside of our marketing, so we can write ads that they're going to resonate with and ultimately want to use us as the service. So how do we conduct market research? The first place we're going to go is Google, and we're going to literally type in how to solve your problem. So example, how to get more cleaning clients. Best way to get more clients as a cleaning company. Why can't I get clients as a cleaning company? Look at the results and see what people are saying. What are target clients struggling with inside their cleaning companies? So here we just want to see what people are responding to, what they don't like about their cleaning company, and then we're going to go ahead and just solve that problem. If a lot of people are saying my cleaning company, my cleaners don't speak English, I really don't like it, you could use an angle, hey, we have all English speaking cleaners, or background checked and locally trusted and yada, yada, yada. You can start formulating those angles. But the thing here is we just want to figure out what they're going to resonate with inside of our advertisement. So let's kind of understand why customers buy. So understanding why your consumer will buy your products is incredibly important. In fact, it's the only thing that truly matters inside marketing, at least. There are a couple of different ways to persuade customers to make a purchase. Price. Some consumers prioritize finding the best price available, similar to the approach taken by Walmart. They are less concerned about quality and simply want the lowest prices possible. Value. So this is price versus value discrepancy here. Other consumers prioritize the perceived value they receive for the money they spend. They are willing to pay a higher price if they believe they are getting a great value in return. Whole Foods is a prime example of this approach. For instance, they offer organic and non-GMO products, and consumers who value these qualities are willing to pay more for them. Even if the same products are available at Walmart for a significantly lower price, these consumers would still choose Whole Foods. Understanding which approach resonates with your target audience is crucial for effectively marketing your company. So value pays you a lot higher. It's also a lot harder. So competing on price is quote unquote easy to do, but it will run you into the ground pretty quick and you won't be very profitable. So figuring out how to make value-based sales and value-based claims inside of your advertising and getting customers who just want a quality cleaning company or a quality service business to come in and take care of them. Know that they can trust when I go on vacation, I can leave the door open for you per se. I can come home to a clean house. A lot of customers are looking for that specifically. So they're the ones who usually pay us a lot more, and it's not as much of a price-driven decision, which is nice for our pocketbook. Let's talk about perceived value. So perceived value encompasses the value that customers attribute to your business based on factors such as professionalism, sales abilities, and customer network. Our primary objective is to maximize the perceived value in the customer's eyes. By incorporating perceived value or value-added elements, we can justify charging a higher price to the customer. Our ultimate goal is to evoke a sense of astonishment in the customer, making them think, wow, am I really getting all of these benefits at this price? Yes, I definitely want to sign up. When a customer expresses concerns about affordability and states, I'm not sure if I can afford the price, we seize the opportunity to address their apprehensions. Our aim is to increase the perceived value while alleviating any objections or concerns they may have. So you've probably been in a sales scenario where the customer just says the price is too high, and you ask them, well, why is the price too high? And they said, well, 8 years ago, I had a cleaning company and they were X, Y, and Z. And you say, well, yeah, but there's inflation and yeah. And you go down your list of value adds and they say, okay, well, actually, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let's give it a try. And then you obviously want to wow them on that first appointment so you can get them as a rebooked customer. So let's talk about future versus pain-based kind of selling. So there are two types of marketing methods: pain-based selling and future-based selling, also known as pleasure selling. Pain-based selling targets the idea that customers are currently experiencing pain and need an immediate solution to address this issue. These customers are typically easier to sell to because they simply want to alleviate their pain. For example, imagine you tore your ACL. You'd be willing to pay any amount of money to be free from the pain right now. Now let's consider the future-paced pleasure selling method. Picture yourself lying on a beach with the sun shining and comfortably sinking into a beach chair. You hear the soothing sound of waves lapping on the shore. In your mind, you think, I never want to leave this place. I'm in heaven. So that's obviously some future-paced selling there. A lot of travel agencies run these types of ads, on a beach, sipping a Corona, whatever it is. They don't sell the plane ride. You don't want to say, the 5 hours you got to spend in the airport, and you got to get up at 4:30 a.m. because you wanted the cheapest ticket. And they don't tell you about that. They just say, look, I mean, you're going to be on a beach, sipping a Corona, and have a great time with your family. That's future paced selling, and it's really powerful. Future release or future/relief based narratives emphasize the potential positive outcomes and relief from current challenges. For example, imagine stepping into a room filled with like-minded individuals, all whom have eagerly paid $10,000 there to be with you. As you walk in the spotlight, overwhelmed with excitement, you express gratitude to everyone who has traveled to this special retreat. This is the essence of making a greater impact and aligns perfectly with your true calling. Again, like if we were selling to a coach or something like that, 100% value align. This is their dream, or we're painting a dream for them. On the other hand, pain-based narratives focus on highlighting existing frustrations or problems. For instance, it's truly disheartening when you return home from a grueling 10-hour workday only to find a dirty house, isn't it? In both cases, the narrative aimed to provoke or to evoke emotions and engage the audience. The future relief-based narrative creates anticipation and motivation by painting a vivid picture of desired outcome, while the pain-based narrative taps into relatable frustrations to establish connection with the audience experiences. You can always charge more for pain-based selling. Always. If you're in a pain-based market, if your customer is in pain and they need it right now, or they just need somebody they can trust, you can always charge them more money every single time. Future pace is a little bit harder, and you got to be a little bit craftier because it comes down to more so disposable income at that point, and it's not as much of a necessity. You want to be a necessity. If your plumbing is broken in your house, you got to call a plumber, and you don't want the problem to come back. So you're probably going to pay a little bit more money for the plumber. All right, let's talk about the value equation really quick. So the most powerful marketing tactics employ both pain-based and future-paced pleasure strategies. This is where they get out of pain and move into pleasure. This is based on the value equation by Alex Hormozi, and it's genius. It's very, very smart. So everyone has a dream outcome, and house cleaning, it would be, I don't have to clean my house anymore. What's their perceived likelihood of achievement? Well, it's pretty high considering I can hire a company. So what's the time delay? Well, how soon can I get booked, or how long will they be in my house for? Cleaning does inherently come with some cost to the consumer. If we want to talk about mental costs, they're worried about how long these people are going to be inside my house. Can I trust them? And what's the effort and sacrifice look like? So do I have to leave my house every week for 3 hours and go run errands while they're there? Do I have to lock up my dogs? How do I communicate with them? So there's inherent things that people are thinking about when they're hiring a cleaning service. They're bringing somebody new that they don't know into their home. And can I trust these people? So there are some things that we have to overcome inside of our advertising to make the customer realize that they will be taken care of. So that is the value equation as a concern. Is concerned to that kind of little graphic. Let's talk about the anatomy of a Facebook ad really quick. So number one over here is creative, and creative stops the scroll. It's like, wow, what is this, right? Number two, which is our headline or our offer, it piques our interest. So it's like, if I'm interested in getting 50 leads for free, or it's free on, in my cleaning business, I'm going to be interested in this, right? We're going to come up to body copy number 3. This is where our eyes come. They're going to go, wow, let's read this body copy. If I'm interested in this body copy, I'm going to go to 4, and that's our call to action. And that's deciding if it's worth it or not. So am I interested in this offer? Does everything make sense? Do I like this ad? Do I trust this ad? That's why we always use 5-star reviews and testimonials inside of our ads, because it helps people like us and trust us. So they they look at the creative. They always scan the headline or offer. They go up, read the body copy if they're interested or it seems interesting to them, and they come down and click on the call to action. That's essentially the anatomy of a Facebook ad, and that's how it works. It's technically the anatomy of most advertisements. It's just how it's laid out on Facebook. But if you're doing TikTok ads, same thing. It's all the exact same thing. All right, let's talk about actually writing ads and headline types. So once you've created your specific avatars, you'll need to create some headlines surrounding these specific pain and pleasure points. So there's things like sentiment. No matter how much I clean my house, it always seems to be dirty. Does this sound like you? We've been there. Trust us. Be like a headline for an advertisement. We have pain/obvious yes question. Are you tired of coming home after a long day of work to a dirty house? They're saying yes inside their brain. A desired future state. Imagine a world where you come home to a fresh smelling home. Again, it's a little bit harder to sell that, but we can include it inside of our advertising for sure. And then an if-then statement. If you've been considering if you should hire a cleaning service or not, take this advertisement as a sign. Trust us, you won't regret it. We've had the most success actually inside of our cleaning business on the if-then statement advertisement. But you can test all of these things and come up with them on your own and just test to see what works. So let's talk about the 4 types of hooks and headlines that are here. So wait a minute. Why do I have the exact same? Interesting. Just move right into the body copy because I have duplicated a slide on accident. It's the second time in this presentation. So let's go into the body copy. The body copy of your ad is dedicated to explaining why your residential cleaning service is superior, utilizing the value equation. In this section, we highlight how your service offers extreme convenience to the customer and addresses their fears while showcasing why you are the optimal choice for them. With our residential cleaning service, anyone can enjoy a professional level cleaning experience. You don't need any prior cleaning expertise. You can have your home sparkling clean in just 5 minutes or less. Our service allows you to create a pristine living environment and save valuable time. Now, the 5 minutes or less is, filling out a booking form there. So it's just a lot of inside of that. It's just the perceived outcome of how hard is this going to be. It's pretty easy to book a cleaning with the cleaning service. So let's talk about your offer. Your offer is what you're giving the customer in exchange for the money they are giving you. People typically think the offer is something like 10% off your product, and it's not necessarily an offer, although it is. It's more of an incentive inside of your offer, but it's not usually the offer itself. The offer can actually be the body copy of your ad, and typically is the body copy of your ad. So inside of our advertisement, if we say, create, this is for a software that I was creating. It says create short style caption videos in seconds, create a video summary, create captions for social media with a click of a button, post your videos to all your social media channels at once. This is what the customer is actually getting when they sign up with my product or service. So let's include a call to action. So a call to action is simply telling your customer what to do next. This is as easy as click learn more to get your free cleaning quote. Be careful to use only one call to action in your ad. Otherwise, your conversions will drop. They will drop if you include more than one. So let's talk about just writing your ad. So your headline could be kids keeping you crazy busy, house is a mess, last night's dinner somehow made it on the floor. We're going for a little bit of affinity there, making them like us, making us kind of laugh like, ha, 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 it's relatable. We have a subheadline. We've been there before and it's no fun. So, your body copy could be at Blue Fox Cleaning. We specialize in taking care of residential homes. With over 13 years of combined experience in the industry, our 5-star reviews speak for themselves. When you book a cleaning with Blue Fox Cleaning, you're not only getting a sparkling clean home, but you're also getting a clean home guarantee, or it's free, pet-friendly, eco-friendly cleaning products, licensed and insured cleaners, locally owned and operated company, and a AAA rating, rated 5 stars on Google, Nextdoor, and Yelp. This is just making the customer trust us, obviously. We've been using Blue Fox Cleaning for several months now, and we are very happy. They're on time, professional, and do a thorough job with our house that gets very dusty because we live on horse property. Highly recommend. We throw a testimonial in there from Google, and we always include where they're from. It's very smart because neighbors want to trust neighbors. And then we have an incentive down here. Claim $100 off your first cleaning by clicking Learn More Now. That's our call to action. P.S. There's a special surprise waiting for you on the other side. Again, that's just another incentive piece at the bottom. So what do we do if our ad isn't working? The body of the ad typically isn't the problem. If you have something like listed above, if your ad isn't converting, it's 9 times out of 10 to your headline or your creative. If your ad isn't converting, test a different headline, offer, and wait 2 to 3 days. If that's not working, then try changing your creative to something else. So in advertising, you're going to, on Facebook at least, you're going to want to spend about $300 before Facebook has optimized. If your cost per lead isn't good on Facebook within $300, you're in a little bit of trouble. And in that case, we're going to want to start changing some things up. Usually we test different creatives first, and then we go ahead and change headlines. But headlines is typically your offer. If you're running an offer like $100 off your first deep clean, claim now, it's usually fine. That offer typically works really, really well. And it's usually not the body copy. At least if you use body copy similar to the one I'd outlined here, it's not the body copy. So the sole goal of the headline of the advertisement is to get the reader to read your body text and ultimately click on your ad. So here, again, creative is usually the problem. A bad creative, raw creatives, raw videos of cleaning a house, vacuuming under a couch, on couch seems to do really, really well for some reason. I'm not sure why, but people resonate with that. So you just got to test a lot of different creatives. So let's talk about adding a guarantee. Creating a guarantee is quite simple, and it serves as an effective method to encourage people to invest in your service. Always have a guarantee in your advertising. In our cleaning business, we implement a 100% happiness or it's free guarantee. This guarantee demonstrates to a potential customer that we have great confidence in the quality of our services, creating a win-win situation for everyone involved. Moreover, it's worth noting that instances of customers taking advantage of this guarantee and causing unnecessary disputes or refunds are rare. People usually don't come to us and say, customers usually are pretty nice to us when we use guarantees. I think a lot of them actually forget about the guarantee after the advertisement, after we talk to them on the phone. Like, they don't come back to us. The amount of times where we run $100 off special and the customer, like, we just forgot to give them the $100 off and they didn't even make any note about it. I think they forgot about the offer. The goal is just to get them into our ecosystem so we can chat with them so they can learn more. All right. So this is, advertising 101. Now we're going to get into initial phone calls off of Facebook ads and talk about just different KPIs there. So initial phone call / what to expect. So on Facebook ads, expect about 60 to 70% of leads to answer or respond throughout your entire follow-up sequence. Call within 5 minutes of getting a lead. If no answer, leave a voicemail and send a text, email, and call again 2 minutes later. That is a bonus and a hack. Do it. It works incredibly well. And then follow up with calls, texts, emails every day for 3 to 4 days as described in the nurture sequence. So let's talk about KPIs and follow up with leads for Facebook. So your follow-up processes have a major impact on these percentages. This is an overview of what to expect and how we follow up with leads. We expect a 60% response rate. This is the proportion of leads with whom actually engage in a conversation via phone or email. We expect 35% conversion rate, booking appointments based on the 60% response rate. This means that if we receive 10 leads, typically around 6 will respond, and out of those, 2 to 3 will book cleaning appointments. It's important to note that this may not always be the case, but we like to allocate resources accordingly to this metric. When it comes to calling leads, make sure to contact them within 5 minutes during business hours. If there's no answer, leave a voicemail and call back in the afternoon. Maintain follow-up until customer provides a response. We always just hammer our leads. We call them again and again and again until we can get a hold of them. All right, let's dive into a bonus here, a quick bonus. So let's talk about following up with leads and our specific nurture sequence. This is a nurture sequence used by massive home service companies. It's the exact same one. Luckily, I know the owners of a few of them, so they've helped me out here. When a lead fills out our booking form, we want to make sure that we reach out to them right away. So as soon as they submit the form, we send them a text, email to let them know that one of our team members will be getting in touch with them shortly. But we don't just stop there. We also want to give them a call within 2 to 5 minutes for receiving their form. If they answer, great, we can start the conversation right away. But if they don't, we leave a voicemail and send a just missed you text and email to let them know we tried to connect. Now, if we still can't reach them on the first call attempt, we don't give up. We continue to follow up with them over the next 3 days. We call them twice a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. And each time we call, there's no answer, we'll send them another text and email to keep the lines of communication open. After 3 days of trying to connect with them, if we still haven't been able to reach them, we'll add them to our email list. This way, they'll start receiving weekly emails from us. These emails are tailored to their interests and needs, and they include valuable information, updates, and exclusive offers inside of our business. It's a way for us to stay in touch and provide them with ongoing value. We always do this, and surprisingly, email marketing still works great. We use it all the time in our business. Let's talk about buyers' intent on platforms really quick. So Google, when people use Google, they're often actively searching for something specific, such as answers to a question or a particular product or service. As active search behavior indicates strong buyer intent. For example, if someone searches for best running shoes for marathons, there's a good chance they're in the market for new running shoes. Consequently, advertising on Google through Google Ads can be highly effective because it enables businesses to target ads based on specific search terms, allowing them to reach individuals who are effectively searching for their product or service. This approach is known as intent-based marketing. The thing here as Google Ads can get expensive because they're very competitive, but it's also the highest intent platform to be on. But it just depends on whether it's worth it for you or not inside your business based on your cost per click. Let's talk about buyer intent on Facebook. So on the contrary, Facebook is primarily a social platform. People generally use Facebook to connect with friends and family, engage with content that interests them, and occasionally discover new products or services. Although Facebook collects a vast amount of user data that can assist in predicting buyer intent, the intent may not be as strong or immediate as a platform like Google. It's not. I'll just warn you about that right now. However, Facebook's detailed demographic, interest-based, and behavior-based targeting options can still make it a powerful platform for reaching potential customers. With Facebook, you can target users who have expressed interest in similar products or services, who have who match the demographic profile of your ideal customer, if they are not actively searching for your product or service in the moment they see your ad. Now, Facebook is interruption marketing. Interruption marketing is always way less effective than a Google or a word of mouth marketing because we're interrupting them in the middle of doing something. Obviously, buyer intent is going to be a lot lower, but it's also a lot cheaper cost per lead. It's typically like 6 times cheaper than Google, depending on the area that you're in. Now, if you're in an area with not a lot of competition, it's really smart to run Google Ads. If you're the only person running it and you're getting, clicks at $1 or $2 per click, you're going to do all right. But in places like Phoenix, big metropolitan areas, you're going to run into a lot of big dogs out there just running through, spending an enormous amount of money on Google, and Google just awards the highest bidder. So it's a pay-to-play game. Facebook's a little bit different. It's a lot easier to break into that market, and there's very few cleaning companies running ads on Facebook. So what platform's actually best? So Google is high intent, high cost. Facebook's low intent, low cost. TikTok is low intent, low cost. Yelp, high cost, low intent. I wouldn't recommend Yelp. Maybe you have luck with it, but we never did. Mailers, high cost, delayed results. Mailers can be great. It just takes a long time for it to pay off. And then referral program is high intent, inconsistent cost. It's a little bit of an inconsistent way to grow. Unless you figure out a way to make it consistent, then referral program is simply the best one to do. All right, bonus. Let's talk about email marketing really quickly. So email marketing is incredibly valuable as it helps us stay in the forefront of our customers' minds at all times. We strongly advise sending one email per week. This email should focus on their business, highlight any exciting new offers, or provide information about specific openings available for that week. If you don't currently have an email service, we recommend using MailChimp. It's a free platform. It requires minimal time to set up. Go ahead and populate everyone from your CRM, all the emails, into that email list, and just send them weekly emails. Don't be overbearing about it. But hey, here's what's going on inside of our cleaning business. Or hey, we have some openings next week. Claim $50 off your next clean if you want to book. Things like that inside of your email list. All right, so let's talk about our key takeaways here. So speed of lead is king. Speed to the lead is king. Call within 5 minutes if possible. The faster you call the lead, the more impressed it's going to be. The average small business in America calls their leads within 48 hours, which is not so good, but it is what it is. So expect about 50 to 60% of Facebook leads to answer, which is the expectation. Expect 20 to 30% close rates, depending on how good you are and your nurture sequence and what you have in place. Track your marketing KPIs, so your CPL, your CAC, your ATV or AVT, your rebook rate, and your LTV. Build your lead nurture sequence. Use Go High Level if you need a lead management software. And then send out weekly emails to your list. Solicit repeat business and referrals from one-time customers. Always call your customers back after you clean their houses. Like first-time cleans, call the customer back and ask them how their service was, how you could have improved it. They'll be so impressed. And then ask them if they would like to rebook on the spot. You always have to solicit the service. You have to ask for it. Rarely do they just want to call you back. You do a really good job for them to call you back. So call them and ask them, get user feedback. Ask them if they have any neighbors who are looking for cleaning service. Say, hey, I'll give you $50 off your next clean if you have some neighbors that we can help out. And they're in the same neighborhood. It cuts down your drive time. It's great. And then bonus, call the lead 2 minutes after your initial call. So if you call them on the initial call, they don't answer, wait 2 minutes and call them again. It's a tactic employed by very large companies, and it's pretty successful, actually. So in conclusion, effective marketing is crucial for your cleaning company's success. 100%. Marketing is kind of a beast, but it's actually a lot easier than you think when you kind of dive into the weeds and start understanding it. By utilizing key performance indicators, you can leverage growth by tracking important metrics and making data-driven decisions. Always make data-driven decisions. Data will tell us what works in our business and what doesn't. Embracing KPIs is the key to optimizing marketing strategies and achieving sustainable growth. It's all about KPIs. It's all about it comes down to the metrics that we're hitting and what's performing best for our business. I'm not going to say there's one, end all be all. We have run all types of ads on every platform, and some platforms give us mild success and other platforms have given us great success. I'm not going to say that Google is not a good platform to run on, because Google local service ads kill it for us, and we only have to pay $30 per lead. It's guaranteed, and we close literally 90% of those leads, and they're high-paying customers too. So again, this is just stuff that has worked for us inside of our cleaning business. This isn't me telling you that you got to go do X, Y, and Z. If you want to look at this presentation and take nothing away from it, that's up to you. I would highly recommend tracking key performance indicators, setting up a lead management software, things like that. And if you want to learn more about marketing inside of your cleaning business as a whole, you can go ahead and set up a 15-minute introductory call with us over at Clean Grow Secrets, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. We don't work with all companies. You got to check a certain amount of boxes, and you got to be willing to put in the work to start tracking these things. Again, we help set up all of your marketing KPIs with you, all your Facebook ads, your Google ads, things like that. And we teach you how to fish. We teach you how to actually go out there and learn this stuff and implement it for yourself. We believe that you don't need a marketing service. Marketing is actually a lot more simple than it seems. It gets rather complicated when you have to go watch YouTube videos and none of it works together. But at Clean Grow Secrets, we teach you how to do this stuff. We go way deeper than this to help you just understand marketing inside your business and make those data-driven decisions. So go ahead and hit this link, screenshot it, whatever. Book a call with us, 15-minute call. And if anything, we'll just give you some more strategic insights into what we've learned inside of our cleaning businesses while we help other cleaning businesses grow. So at a minimum, we're going to give you some valuable insights into how you can grow for 100% free. This isn't a sales call. This is literally a get to know you call. You can go ahead and email us at cleangrowsecrets@gmail.com as well. If you don't want to book a call, that's fine. And we have some free resources that we can send out to you over there. So we'd love to take a deep dive into your business, learn more about what you're doing, and ultimately teach you how to take control of the marketing inside of your business and ultimately help you drive that bottom line and predictably scale and grow your residential cleaning business. Thank you for watching this presentation. I will see you on the other side.